We're back again. It's good to see you, my friends. All right, let's Web3 Wednesday. So let's see what's on the slate for today. All right, we're gonna talk about a little XRP. We'll probably get into a few Web3 hacks, and not revealing everything, but just telling you guys, what you need to be on the lookout for. We're gonna jump into that. We may even take a look at the projects that we saved into our deck screener from the last session. So once again, thank you for coming by the channel. Appreciate y'all tapping in. We're gonna be here. We're picking up steam. All right, we're working our way up to doing this every single day, every single week, and yeah, man, we're not gonna be happy until we get there. All right, so appreciate you coming by, helping us build up a little momentum, and hopefully you take away something positive from this session. Let's check on BTC. We're sitting at 63,900, which is considerably higher than our last session. Good things moving in the right direction. But we're not satisfied with that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump into the 1 minute chart, 5 minute chart, and also the 1 hour chart to give you guys a little clearer projection of where we're headed. Now, I think I mentioned on the last stream that usually around this time of year, you can expect things to be down. That's just how the summer ends up playing out. So I wouldn't be disheartened that the prices are a bit down right now. I would just look at that as, well, that's usually what happens. Because we've been in crypto for, and excuse me 1 second, gotta grab something. And gotta grab my ink pen. Lesson learned from the last stream. Didn't have my ink pen, got my ink pen. I put my pad because now several things I know I'm gonna need to write down and keep track of in order to keep this thing on track. So yeah, man, just trying to give you guys a best experience possible. So bear with me a little bit. We're gonna get this to where it's purring like a kitten, hopefully. That's the goal. All right, so Let's look at this 1 minute chart, let you guys see what's happening right now. In the minute, up to the minute. Like I said, on BTC. Let's change that 1 minute. I mean, that's pretty stable considering. We got up to 64,700. Earlier, what was that? About 2 hours ago. So we're currently on a pullback. And let's go up here to Solana. And pretty much the same thing. So both of these guys, we're sitting basically in the same position on both of these. On Solana, we're sitting at 73 and dropping, but we're in this range. So yeah, I think that's gonna reverse pretty soon. On Bitcoin, what's that? We're at 63,970, and looks like we're, you know, dropping a little bit, but I wouldn't worry about that too much. Yeah, I wouldn't be too concerned about that one. We're going to trade around this same zone for quite some time, probably the rest of the summer. And just that quick, we went from 70 to spike. We're probably going to clip 64,000. So we're probably going to clip 64,000 in the next few minutes. Alrighty. Now let's see our stories for today. Oh, first thing. Now we have, what is this authentication? We have a Discord, and we would definitely like you guys to go sign up for our Discord. That'd be a big help. Give me 1 second while I sign in myself. This thing is, all right. Where is my login? Okay. Not going to focus on that. Let me get back to this. Next stream, we will definitely have a... Next stream, we'll definitely have this working. Because the goal is to bring some of you guys in stream with us, so that we can make this a little more interactive. We want this a little more interactive, so we're definitely going to bring some people in on stage, and we're going to do that using Discord. So we have Discord listed on the channel. I'm going to put it in the description, and just click the link, hop in the Discord, and yeah, man, set up your mic and we'll do calls and keep this thing moving. Now, I just made a couple of posts on the channel. I want you guys to go check those out. Those are dropping later. But as for now, we're gonna kick this off. All right, 1 minute chart. Bitcoin seems pretty stable today. I'm not mad at it, but when you hop over to this 5 minute chart, you know, things have stabilized. Well, here's SpaceX, and my offer still stands. Whoever guesses the bottom for SpaceX gets merch. All right. If you can guess the bottom for SpaceX and type it in the chat, to lock in. My guess is $50. That's my target. I think I'll jump in at $50. So if you agree with me, hey, let me know. If you think I'm absolutely crazy, that there's no way in the world that $1 trillion launch can drop all the way to $50, well, let me know that too, man. I wanna hear what you guys think. I need some feedback on that. And like I said, we're gonna set up so that some of you can come on stage and join in the conversation. I think making this interactive will be a lot more fun. All right. And that's what we're going to be about. Giving you guys the info you need, keeping you safe, and a little bit of fun every now and then. All right. A little fun never hurt nobody. So that's what we are planning to bring. And glad that you're here with us. Now, if you can, I want you to like the stream, drop a comment in the chat, and yeah, man, share us. Share the stream, bring some more people in here, and get this whole round table thing started. I'm gonna chip in every week with some analysis. We're gonna do a few scans, check these blockchains. Matter of fact, let's look over here. Let's find XRP. What is launching on XRP today? Did I pat? Ah, here we go. XRPL. All right. Bear. Oh, that's 2 years ago. Looking at blue chips. All right, here's the new stuff. Ogre, America First, Jester, Deep Tide. I don't know. These are pretty old tokens. Let's go trending last 24 hours. Bear is trending the last 24 hours. Really? Well, I'm looking at the last 24, and Deep Tide is up about 25% in the last 24 hours, 11% the last 6 hours. Yeah, down slightly. And it's a month old, and the market cap is sitting at 99K. Now we're gonna go Look at it on chain. This is a pretty healthy chart. No complaints here at all. This is a pretty healthy chart. It's a month old. Interesting. This is the 5-minute chart. It spiked up to, let's see how many tokens we have. See what the tokenomics on this guy is. Remember, using these block explorers are your friend. Do not forget about your block explorers. You're going to use these block explorers to verify a lot of projects that you hop into to see what really is going on. Because like in a conversation I was having yesterday with one of our devs, and these scans that you'll see over here on, let's add that to the watch list. These scans that you'll see over here on Dex Screener, I wouldn't put a lot of faith in them. And this one, I don't think this one even has anything. So one of the things that we're bringing to the XRP chain is the ability to audit everything, the ability to audit everything on the fly, right? We have 3 developers, 3 very experienced developers, myself being one, that are capable of giving you guys really deep dive audits on your projects. So we're trying to bring that expertise to XRP and other chains. So let's see here. Here's one of our babies, Oracle Audit Titan. And we're still waiting for XRP scan. I don't know what's going on with that. Okay, XRP scan is taking us a while. So let's find run that on the back end. And do we need threat monitoring for this one? Yeah, let's go ahead and activate threat monitoring. Here's our Oracle Audit Threat Monitor. And currently we're searching. We have 3 contracts in our threat monitor right now. And we're scanning those every 30 seconds. For this stream, because we're going to be all over the place, I'm going to go ahead and set it for 5 minutes. Scanning blocks now. No vulnerabilities found currently. Deep tide. Let's check this out. Well, we're still waiting for XRP scan to come online. Not sure what's going on. Okay, we got base scan. I think base scan is working. Charts are working. This is weird. We're waiting on XRP scan to clear. All right, base scan seems to be working. This one just isn't. BSC scan is working. So for some reason, I have no idea why. We're having a problem with the XRPL block scanner. All right, performing security verification. Pretty normal. Get up. Mark that. Bitcoin is on a rip. All right, while we're working on XRP scan, let's refresh this one more time. And we're going to switch out this with XRP. And yeah, XRP is on a serious downturn right now. But it's pretty stable. If you zoom out a little bit, you'll notice that these charts, they look similar, and that's because most assets are going to trade in a similar pattern to Bitcoin, right? So when you notice spikes and changes in Bitcoin, you're also going to see that in a lot of the other blue chips, like in XRP, like in ADA, like Solana. Their Bitcoin will make a move first, and then maybe seconds later, you'll see their chain hop in there and follow that pattern that is just identified in Bitcoin. All right. So welcome to the chat. See, we got some new people. Appreciate you coming. And on this channel, we help you secure your assets, and hey, if we can help you grow them also, hey, it's just icing on the cake. You have no complaints from me. Okay, so XRP itself, we're looking at it now on the 5-minute chart, and it's trading comfortably within our zone. It's touching this liquidity block right here. This liquidity block, and most likely it'll bounce off of here and go up. That's if it's in line with BTC. Right now, BTC just had a large influx of cash, and this could be a reversal. We'll see where it goes. If it's able to break above this moving average, then yeah, this pattern may change. But currently, we're still in short territory until we get more confirmations Till we get more confirmations, we're gonna stay in short territory to tell you the truth. And that's on both BTC and on XRP. Now, let's jump over to, now when you get ready to trade, it's wise to keep open your 1 minute chart and your 5 minute chart. It's just my opinion, but I think they work better when they're used together. Meaning, if I'm thinking about making a move right now, immediately trading like a specific zone, the first thing I do is I look at the 1 minute chart to see the pattern. Once you figure out the pattern, you'll be much more accurate at your trading. Now, in this pattern, we're in a downturn, and we've been in a downturn since for the last, let's say, 3 hours from the time that we topped out. Well, this is Solana. Let me go to XRP. All right, we topped out over here. Our recent top out was at 107.54, and we're currently at 106.89. So it's a pretty tight range. I consider this consolidation because we're not making any really big moves. And even though it dipped down, it took this dip down to 106.51. We're right back up here at 106.90. So that turnaround only took half an hour to go from XRP's lowest point of the last 4 or 5 hours to right back here in this little consolidation zone. So this is normal. There's nothing to freak out about. Now, if I were swing trading XRP today, this is the point where I would jump in. And depending on which app I'm using for trading, I would either set a position in and buy here at, what is that? 106.40. Let's get this right. 106.47. Right? And then the top of the zone is 107. So, that's just about 50.005 cents. And now it's on the way back down. It's probably going to bounce here off of this blue line. That's where we have a lot of demand at. This is our demand line. So not even worried about it breaking through this Fibonacci line right here. This is just the upper zone, lower zone. What we're looking at as far as the next target is probably going to be right here at 106.50, 106.49. That'll probably be the next point that it touches. As far as Bitcoin is concerned, because Bitcoin is going to make the move first. After Bitcoin makes its move, then you're going to see XRP just kind of follow suit. And Bitcoin right now is clearly on that pathway. It's dipping right now. It's going to dip down to this point, which is 63,890. Yeah. So that's on deck. And we have XRP dipping right along with it. So we're going to trade in this little zone. I don't see any major moves on deck, at least for the time that we'll be on stream. So you can pretty much set this like clockwork for today. Once it reaches here, boom, we're going to take up. Now, If this continues to rip, meaning bouncing off of this Fibonacci line right here, if it rips to the upside, then we might be in for a reversal. And it'll run up to, when it reverses, it's probably going to run up to 107, $1.07, 107.31. That's what I'm looking at. Because this red bar right here represents resistance. So we have a lot of resistance right here at 107.31, and we'll just need enough momentum. Hopefully we had enough momentum when we came down and touched that 106.47. Hopefully we gained enough momentum to push us back up through this resistance, because this resistance is a problem. And it's been a problem for the last, let's say, I would say 3 hours. Everything just bounce, reject, bounce, reject. It's just been getting rejected by this guy the whole time. So whenever you see that pattern where it's consistently being rejected at a certain price point, expect a big drop. And boom, here we go. Retested it again. Boom. Didn't go through. We got our big drop. Now it dropped out of the range, came back up into the range. It's like, nah, we're still not there. So we dropped back again. Now it dropped down to 106.47. We gained more momentum, and then we had a big buy right here about, I think it was about 15-20 minutes ago. We had a really big buy, which is excellent. And now, if we're going to reverse, we're just gonna ping pong right off here to the upside. If we continue to the downside, I still think we will bounce off that and then revisit this level here at 107.10. So that's what we're looking like on XRP. Let me all right. So in the news lately, we've had a lot of talk about the XRP ETFs, and that was the reason that we had what I think like a 2% jump a couple of weeks ago. That was all because there are about 3.6 billion in XRP ETF holdings. All right. Let's bring this article over, and we're going to hop into it real fast. All right. XRP news, 3.6 billion. Eversource reveals holdings in XRP ETFs and Evernorth SPAC. That's a lot of money, and that will definitely move the price. Okay, let's go to coin. No, coin market cap, and right now XRP is number 6 on the list, down 6 point. Oh, that's a lot. down 7% over the last 7 days, up 0.5% over the last 24 hours. So moving in the right direction. Market cap is at 66.76 billion. Will it be? Will it be, baby? $1 billion. So the XRP cap is looking pretty healthy. We have a circulating supply of 62.5 billion XRP, and for now it's trending down. I wouldn't worry about anything trending down right now as we sit in the heat of the summer. People are vacationing. Have a lot of swing traders that aren't swing trading. Come on down this list, and we have the old king, Hyperliquid, was number one. They're down to 54, trading at $54.52 today. Solana outpacing Hyperliquid. Solana sitting at 72.97. And Solana and XRP, I usually look at these charts daily. And the reason being, they're number 6 and number 7. Bitcoin will always be number 1, of course. And Bitcoin stabilizes everyone. But these guys are what I normally swing trade. And the reason I try to swing trade these, well, they're stable. And that stability is what you're looking for, because you don't want anything come out of the blue and shock you. And I think we're getting a little bounce here. So we'll see where this goes on the 1-minute chart, on the 5-minute chart. 5-minute chart, we're still in this pocket. So until we can escape this pocket on the 5-minute, I wouldn't expect, any massive price changes to happen. But let's jump into this article. Eversource Wealth Advisors have disclosed exposure in multiple XRP ETFs. According to the latest 13F filing with the US SEC, the firm has joined other TradeFi companies exploring crypto ETFs due to the rising confidence amid growing regulatory clarity. Clarity, like the Clarity Act. I don't know if they're finished with it, but it is what it is. Eversource Wealth Advisors hold 1,777 shares of ProShares with Ultra XRP ETF. In addition, the firm reveals small holdings in Franklin XRP ETF. The small position likely followed after Wall Street giants such as Bank of America's XRP ETF exposure. Financial advisor also disclosed 250 shares held in Ripple-backed Evernorth. Hear about that one? Evernorth Holdings. SPAC Armada Acquisition Corp. XRPN stock. So gotta check that out. The buy comes as Evernorth Holdings move closer to a merger with Armada Acquisition Corporation, as CoinGate reported earlier. Moreover, institutional interest in XRP is rising amid RWA tokenization. Now, I mentioned years ago on Twitter Spaces how RWA would be a thing, would be a serious thing. There are going to be a lot of real-world companies, real-world assets that are going to be put on chain. And that's just what's next. XRP Ledger, XRPL, and Ripple's partnerships with Wall Street and global companies. Recently, Ripple launched Ripple Mint to enable institutions to mint, redeem, and manage USD through APIs and web access. Interesting. Meanwhile, spot XRP ETFs saw net inflows of 8.15 million just last week. That's a lot last week, according to social value data. As a result, the cumulative inflows to date have increased to 1.49 billion with a B. Also, total assets under management across 5 XRP ETFs have reached 1 billion. They're holdings in Bitcoin ETFs, MSTR, and other crypto stock holdings. Eversource Wealth Advisors also revealed holdings in multiple spot Bitcoin ETFs, including BlackRock Bitcoin ETF, Fidelity Bitcoin ETF, ARK21 shares, Grayscale, and Bitwise. That's why Bitcoin is sitting at 60 right now. It's also one of the reasons we're not at 120 anymore, because they took profit. Now, in addition, the firm holds 100,108 shares worth over 3.3 million in BlackRock Bitcoin ETF. That's amazing. 88,591 shares in ARK B Bitcoin ETF. These two mark the firm's largest holdings in spot Bitcoin ETFs. In addition, Eversource has holdings in Strategy, MSTR, Trump family-backed American Bitcoin Corp, ABTC, Robinhood, which we've been looking at the new Robinhood chain, and other crypto stocks. Notably, the firm has 43,674 shares of MSTR and 16,355 shares of STRK perpetual shares. As CoinGape reported, reported recently, Farmers and Merchants Investments disclosed XRP ETF, Bitcoin ETFs, and Robinhood holdings. ETF holdings: 261 shares of BlackRock Bitcoin ETF, 475 shares of Robinhood Markets, according to their SEC filing. While institutions purchase traditional shares on-chain, traders can access fractionalized quantities directly through their best platform to trade tokenized stocks. All right. Shout out to CoinGape. And that's where we're looking at with the ETFs. Now, this is what I've been wondering for, quite some time. Would XRP overtake BNB and possibly Ethereum? Like, is that possible? Right now we have Ethereum sitting at 227 billion, volume 10 billion, and BNB is sitting at 75.5 billion. BNB Smart Chain is massive. There are a lot of projects on it. Not so much with XRP. Now, one thing that XRP does have going for itself is that there aren't a lot of blue chip projects being launched over on XRP. If XRP had as many blue chip projects as BNB, trust me, the price would explode. Absolutely explode. But in order for that to happen, we're going to need more developers to come over and start building on XRP and, launching different projects. No, we finished an XRP project. It's just that we have too many things on our plate right now to go ahead and to go ahead and release what we have built out. We have a wallet built out and a couple of tools, but right now we're so caught up in our auditing and checking smart contracts where we just don't have the time right now. Perhaps later this year, 2026 or early 2027, we'll go ahead and make our browser wallet available for everyone. And maybe you guys on the stream will be some of the first people to try out our Chrome and our Edge browser extensions. And yeah, man, you'll be able to use our XRP wallet. Now we're definitely going to do launches over on XRP, and we already have one of the developers that we work with is already releasing NFT projects over there. So we're kind of in the ecosystem a little bit, but just not fully. I've tapped into a few developers over there. We've had nothing but positive feedback, which is why we're so confident that when we do approach XRP and we deliver our latest products, this will go pretty smoothly, I hope. Okay, and I feel as though if XRP had an injection of about, let's say, 50 to 150 reliable developers over the next 3 to 4 months, by winter time, by usually when we go on a run, it's usually around November. By then, I think there would be serious traction and serious contention with BNB. Right? It's not that far off. XRP is sitting at 66.7 billion, BNB at 75 billion. That's not a huge gap. That's a gap of about $9 billion, and that can be closed this year. And I think XRP has the community to do it. It's just a matter of, will things play out that way or not? Hopefully they will, because we're here for the long haul, and we're going to be developing for the long haul. And if you come over here to DEX, now let's go to XRPL. Let's go last 24 hours. And you can see right away in the last 24 hours, XRPL has had 57,000 transactions and 4.9 million in volume. Now, that's on the lower side. Now, let's go up to BSC, and we're going to compare the two. Now, there it is. It's plain and simple. Over the last 24 hours, BSC has had 3.9 million transactions and 2.8 billion in volume. Now, that is a huge difference. XRP has a huge gap to close to get to 2.8 billion in 24 hours, when right now we're sitting at 4.9 million over 24 hours with 57,000 transactions, and BNB with 2.8 billion. The volume has to increase, and the only way that's going to happen is with more trusted developers launching solid projects over there. Now let's look at the outlaw of the group, Solana. Solana has double the 24-hour volume of BNB. Solana is sitting here comfortably with 5.3 billion in transactions and volume over the last 24 hours. 25.6 million transactions. It's hard to compete with that kind of volume. Now we're going to look over here at Robinhood. Robinhood is trending down. They were number one just a couple of weeks ago, but currently they're sitting at 548 million in 24-hour volume, 3 million transactions within the last 24 hours. So Robinhood Chain is, it's doing what it does. It's on fire for such a new chain. Remember, this chain isn't even a month old yet. So that's major. Not even being a month old and, having this much volume, that's a statement. That's a statement that we're here and probably not going anywhere. Now, let's go to Hyperliquid. That's Hyper EVM. Now, Hyperliquid volume has fallen off a cliff. Hyperliquid was number one earlier this month before the Robinhood launch. And now we have 24-hour volume of Hyperliquid is 80 million. So even though it's 80 million, XRP is under 5 million. So Hyperliquid is doing well, not doing as well as Robinhood. Everyone seems to be running on Robinhood. But let's see what Grandpa is doing, Ethereum. All right, Grandpa has 906 million in volume over the last 24 hours. 324,000 transactions in 24 hours. So we're still having a lot of transactions on Ethereum. A lot of people still using Ethereum. Even though I feel like a lot of people switched from Ethereum to Base. And so let's look into Base. Yeah, of course. Now Base is outpacing Ethereum. Base over the last 24 hours, 1.05 billion. That's major for Base. And on our last stream, the tokens that we picked out to monitor from our last stream, these were from the Base blockchain. So that's pretty solid. Base is in there with the big boys now. Not quite up there with Solana and BNB, not yet, but Base is a serious contender. Okay, now, and Robinhood firmly at 548 million. So they're just, in a month, they're getting about half the volume that Base Chain is getting. So the developers of Robinhood have to be excited. Now, there was so much traffic on their new chain recently to where I think a lot of bad actors, it attracted them to the chain because things are happening so fast. Once they get that worked out, this may overtake Solana in the long term. Solana's problem, yes, we have 5 billion in volume, 5.3 billion, which is amazing. But the holding time on Solana is absolute trash. So if you're investing long term, then sorry to say it, but Solana's is not a For me anyway, let me speak for myself. For holding long term, Solana just isn't an option for me. The turnaround is just too fast right now. Now, this used to be a blue chip, Polygon. Polygon has had 59 million. Now, that's shocking that Polygon has had more 24-hour volume than XRPL. That surprises me. Now, let's look at Ton. 9.2 million on Ton chain. Okay. Interesting. Okay, Avalanche. Avalanche is here at 36.9 million. Okay, that's decent. And this guy, the last year's Sui was the coin to have, and they're sitting at 10.2 million. And I think their activity, their volume has taken a nosedive. We have a couple of new chains, and hey man, somebody's got to take a loss, right? Arbitrum, 112 million in 24 hours. That's surprising. I didn't know Arbitrum had that much volume in a day. Okay, look at Optimism. Optimism, 18.1 million in 24 hours. Just about 200,000 transactions. We're going to look at a baby in the group, Bear Chain, which they're doing something awesome right now. They're looking at proof of, on Bear Chain, they're looking at proof of liquidity. That's what they're working on right now. And they got a few projects over there that are moving. 15,000 transactions in the last 24 hours. Say V2, I didn't know they had launched the V2, but Say is of right around 4.8. It's right around where XRPL is. All right, so those are our big chains. Let's look at Cardano. Cardano, 166K on chain over the last 24 hours. So not a lot of activity. And yeah, that's going to do it for us for checking these chains. We're going to hop back over to our chart, see what's going on. And hey, look, surprise, surprise. We broke through our little Fibonacci zone. We're sitting on top right now. And we're in an uptrend. Now, remember I had this uptrend set to go until we get to this point. Right here, 107.32. So I think you're pretty safe if you take out your long. I think we're gonna ride to about right here. And if we have enough momentum, we'll punch through. If not, we'll get rejected. And you'll see that same liquidity stop right here on Bitcoin. I mean, we have to punch through this if the price is going to go higher today. If not, lock those shorts in. But these current conditions right now in the moment, we're on the 1 minute chart. There you see that. We're on the 1 minute chart, and my immediate play would be to take a long. Go over to the 5 minute chart. And when you look at the 5 minute chart, you can see that we have this candle right here. This candle right here being an outlier. Jumping out of the zone, but still within this zone. And yeah, this could be what stops us, but yeah, we'll see what happens. But that's just my 2 cents. And where our tools have these projected to go. And we're using TradingView for our charts, by the way. If you want to follow us on TradingView, it's down in the description. We'll always include that in the description. So, yeah, man, give us a follow. We've left Discord in the description. We want some of you guys to jump in on stream with us. Give us some feedback. We want to hear your 2 cents. Maybe you agree with me. Maybe you don't. But we want to know either way. So to jump on stream with us, you're going to have to head over to our Discord. And for the next stream, we will definitely have Discord set up so that you can jump in. And look at that. We did hit 107, and now we're taking a downturn. But I think we're good. I think we're going to go up, and I think we're going to touch this guy. And that's probably going to be within the next 30 minutes to an hour. I'm not surprised by this sell-off because the AI signal came in right here at the bottom, and now we're spiked all the way up to 713. So of course some people are going to take profit. They've gotten a reversal, and that's to be expected. So not surprised by that one. And this is where we're sitting on BTC. We're sitting at 63,785. Now, on our last stream, we added a few projects to our watch list. I think I'm going to add a couple of XRP tokens to this list. And yeah, man, this what we were tracking, we'll dig into this. I'll pull out exactly what we were tracking last week. We'll compare it to what these prices are now. But on a few of these, yeah, we're in the profit. So maybe we're gonna have to do that on a couple of these streams where we just pick out a few assets, we scan the contracts using scan our contracts using Titan and Alpha. From there, still have no threats on the threat detector. So we're looking good. We're looking good today. All the tokens that we're tracking are behaving as they should. And yeah, that's what we do on stream. And like I said, hop in the Discord. The link will be in the description so that on our next stream, you can jump in here, call out the chart, see where we're headed, call out some of the nonsense on chain. And if you've heard about any XRP hacks, I have a couple that I'll jump into on the next Wednesday stream. But if you've heard of any XRP hacks, send them to me. Myself and the other 2 developers will jump in. We'll do a deep dive on these exploits and tell you exactly what's going on, and also explain how you can avoid falling into the same trap that these people did. All right. The newer you are, the more difficult this will be. So that's why we're here. Each one of the members of our team has at least 14 years on chain. That's a lot of experience. So that's what we're here for. We're building products for XRPL. We're building products for BSC. We have products currently built for Solana, BSC, and Base. And we're launching products for XRPL coming soon. We already have a wallet completed for XRPL, so keep your eyes open for that. We have a browser extension wallet. All of these things ready, but timing for us now is it's just not good. Too many things are going on, but we're gonna get around to that probably later in the year, and if not, early 2027. All right. Now we're gonna start wrapping this one up. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. I mean, that's what we're here for, to answer the difficult stuff. We're not going to give you just direct investment advice, but we'll help you along the way. All right, there are little things we can do to help you along the way, like our tools here that you see right on the screen. We use these things to give us an advantage over other traders. Now, we do not trade 100% with agents. We build automation, and then we let our automation do whatever it does. We don't trade 100% with AI agents, and I don't think any of our applications work 100% with AI agents. We're just not. We haven't reached that level of comfortability yet. Hopefully in the future, once we cross a couple of thresholds, is what we care about is accuracy and delivering that accuracy to the public. And look at here. We're gonna touch that line. But like I said, it'll probably be 30 minutes to an hour before it happens. But I don't know. This thing is looking like it wants to touch it right now. Let's see what happens. Now on our Monday stream, I'm going to have the tokens that we were tracking on Dex Screener. As a matter of fact, let me take a screenshot right now. All right. Screenshot done. We're going to watch these, and on Monday, you guys are going to get a detailed breakdown on exactly what we've been looking for, what happened, and if you bought SZR over on Robinhood Chain, you're in a happy space right now. And if you bought Moda, which was a contract that we did, a very good contract that we scanned, you're up. So these are the type things that we're going to bring to the table, and we're bringing that to Base, we're bringing it to XRP, we're bringing it to BSC. So keep your eyes open. Pop in here for the next stream. Don't forget to join our Discord. We appreciate you coming by. We have more videos dropping on the channel. Every day we do a little bit of crypto, but we also do current events, like whatever's going on. We just staying plugged in. But on Mondays and on Wednesdays, clockwork. You can set it. Set your watch to it. We'll be here at noon, and we're going to give you as much up-to-date, solid info as we can, so we can help you make the best decisions that you can. All right. Now, share this video. like this video, subscribe to our channel. We're growing. We want you to grow with us. All right. So until the next stream, it's going to do it for me, Pix. Appreciate you guys. And I am